In a small, quiet corner of Minnesota, two dogs arrived at the same shelter just days apart, both broken in different ways. Max, a golden retriever mix, once roamed a busy city street. A hit-and-run left him with a fractured leg and shattered confidence. He stopped barking, stopped wagging. He simply lay in his kennel and stared at nothing. He was young, but the pain aged him. 2 days later, Buddy arrived. Buddy was older, slower, and blind. His clouded eyes searched for light that wasn't there. He'd been abandoned in a park, circling the same patch of dirt, confused and hungry, until a jogger noticed his wobbling steps. Despite his blindness, Buddy had a calmness about him, like he'd known loss before and made peace with it. At first, Max and Buddy were in separate kennels, but Max cried at night whimpers that echoed through the shelter halls. The staff tried toys, blankets, soft music. Nothing worked. Then someone had the idea, let's try placing him with Buddy. What harm could it do? The first time they met, Buddy moved slowly, nose outstretched, seeking shapes he couldn't see. Max lay curled in the corner. When Buddy reached him, he gently sniffed Max's paw, then rested beside him. Max didn't move, not for an hour, but his tail, for the first time in days, gave a faint thump. That night, no cries echoed from Max's kennel. The two became inseparable. Buddy would rise first, nose guiding him toward the door for breakfast. Max followed. If Buddy bumped into something, Max nudged him gently, guiding him forward. When Max hesitated to walk on his bad leg, Buddy stood still, like he knew. With unwavering patience, it was as if each saw the missing part in the other. One had no eyes, the other had no spirit, but together, they moved. The shelter staff watched in awe. They started calling Buddy the compass and Max the heart. One day, the power went out during a storm. The lights flickered off. Panic among the animals filled the building. Whines, howls, barks, but not from Max and Buddy. In the pitch dark, a volunteer watched as Max gently placed his paw on Buddy's back, leading him through the shadows to safety. In darkness, Buddy trusted Max's heart hand. Max trusted Buddy's calm. It wasn't long before their story reached the local news. A photo of them curled up together, one dog resting his chin on the other's back, went viral. People cried. Reading their tale, offers of adoption poured in, but the shelter made one thing clear: they are a bonded pair. They go together, or not at all. Weeks passed, then a couple came to visit. They had a large fenced yard, soft blankets, and more importantly, time. Time for two dogs to heal and be loved. The couple sat on the floor of the shelter, letting Max and Buddy come to them. Max, cautious at first, sniffed. Buddy followed his friend's silent lead. And then, they both sat, side by side, as if to say, we're ready, but only if we go together. The adoption was approved on their new home. Buddy explored by scent and sound. Max, his legs stronger, now ran short laps around the yard, always circling back to check on Buddy. They slept side by side, even when they had the whole house. They knew safety wasn't in space, it was in presence. One summer evening, the couple watched from the porch as the two dogs lay beneath the stars. Buddy tilted his head toward the wind, ears twitching. Max leaned into him, letting his heartbeat steady the rhythm. Do you think they know? The woman whispered. That they saved each other. Her husband replied. Max lifted his head then, as if he'd heard, and looked right at them, not with sorrow, not with pain, but with purpose. Two broken dogs. One fell, one lifted, and they never let go. Together. They didn't just survive, they reminded the world what loyalty truly looks like. And in the end, it wasn't sight that guided them, it was love.